Welcome back to the Sam T. Blues Review. My next guest is a certified rock and roll legend, currently touring with his band Hermits, known for their many hits. Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter, I'm Into Something Good, No Milk Today, Henry VIII, the list goes on and on. It's Herman himself, Mr. Peter Noone. Peter, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sam. It's nice to be there. Blues is really not to be mentioned in the same sentence as Herman's Hermits, but we do know the blues, and we love the blues.
Exactly. I think I would disagree a little bit with you there. I think that there's a lot of blues roots in your music.
You're right, but there's a lot of blues roots in country music as well, but very few people mess with that and say the blues of country.
Exactly. I know what you're saying.
I was just teasing you about the name of your show.
I know.
It's like, I say I've never seen the words performing arts and Herman's Hermits in the same sentence, but I've actually seen that now too.
So first off, I am a huge fan. I'm an enormous fan. My wife and I saw you a few years ago. It was easily one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Oh my goodness, at the fair?
No, it was actually in Merrillville, one of the ones where you did with Salute to the 60s with Grassroots, Buckingham.
They don't do that anymore. But I once did the Iowa State Fair, and recently with Tommy James or maybe Paul Revere and the Raiders, and after the show, this man came up to me and said, "Would you like to have your picture taken with the pig?" And I go, nobody's ever asked me this before. So yes, I would. Yes, I would like. And I got up the next day and I went to the airport, and on the front page of that famous newspaper, the Des Moines Register?
Right.
There was a picture of me and the pig. The pig had won the Pig of the Year something. So I said to her, how did this, I wasn't being rude about the pig. I said, how did this pig win? And this woman gave me a 10-minute thing about the back, the ribs and the thing, all of which I'd forgotten because it was an ugly-looking pig, but obviously good enough to win.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other pigs must have looked like.
I know. Now I'm very curious. I'm going to have to look this up.
It was on the front page of the Des Moines newspaper when I got up in the morning, Peter Noone and the pig.
That's really good.
I think they mentioned the pig. It was left to right. The pig got the top billing.
The one I went to was the Salute to the 60s show, but I wanted to mention the thing that I liked the most was, everybody in the audience is just, singing the lyrics, they're dancing, really getting into it. So I want to know, why do you think that, your music, Herman's Hermits, why has that stood the test of time, do you think?
Well, I think there's two or three reasons. I'm persistent and I won't let it go away. And radio played it to the max. Lots of people don't realize that they know a lot of songs because they didn't buy the record, but they heard them so many times. Lots of people know the words to Henry VIII.
Right.
Because you only need to hear that one time. But the other ones are more complex. And I look out in the audience and I see people singing songs that haven't been played on the radio for 20 years, but they must have been played a lot. And remember, there was all that top 40 radio, and Herman's Hermits was staple. It was part of the diet. It was... in 1965, we put 11 singles out, and they all got in the top 20. Because, there was like when you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not, you're not. Mm-hmm. And we've been not hot a lot. So put something out now.
Yeah.
Every day we'd find, what they put out now? They put out Mrs. Brown as a single. They can't put that out as a single. That's ridiculous. That's just a comedy song. Yeah, it's out, and it's number one. It sold 400,000. Oh, that was a good idea. So we just put lots of records out, and lots of radio stations played them. And remember, once upon a time, everybody was stuck in their car with their mom and dad, and their mom and dad liked Perry Como and Herman's Hermits.
Speaking of, we were talking a little bit about blues. Were you listening to the blues at all when you're growing up in England? Did you get a lot of the B.B. King and blues artists like that, or what were you listening to?
Of course we did. I was a waiter at the Twisted Wheel, which was where all the blues acts came, and I saw Big Bill Brunsey and all the guitar players came, because they were single, easy to manage, and they could play clubs and make enough money to make a living. Do you know what I mean? Because they didn't have a great big band, and they all played at the Twisted Wheel. They were all on tour in England. All of them. One of the little known facts is that Americans were always idolized more in England than they were in America.
Right.
So, when I think of all the people that I saw in my life that would come back here, even even Wilson Pickett was a superstar in England and struggled a bit over it. Nobody ever gave him the credit for what. And look, Otis Redding was a hit in England before he was ever a hit in America. America discovered him after he died.
That's very true, yeah.
It's a small place, so we were edged towards each other's music. You couldn't avoid someone else's music. Like all my friends were in different bands. We had to make a choice. Our choice was we'll go with. And the Beatles made the same choice, remember, which was to go towards the Everly Brothers and Buddy Holly and Roy Orbison. And the Stones chose to go towards Muddy Waters, Big Bill Broonzy, and that thing. There was two different a choice that you made. And I thought, I don't know.
I've been loving you, baby. I've been loving you all night long.
Might not have been a good Hermits track.
Probably not. You could probably make it work, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
I'm a hog for you, baby. Can't get enough of your love.
Can do it. I could start a blues band now. We'd call it the Rhythm Sausages, though, just to sort of change the world.
I'd be front row to that.
There you go. We're working on it.
I know you talked a lot about the old days and people you were listening to on your show on Sirius XM, Something Good. That is 4 to 7 p.m. Central Time. I hope everybody checks that out. I listen to that whenever I can. Peter, I want to thank you so much for talking with me. It's been a real honor.
Thank you, Sam. And come and see us again. I'm glad you enjoyed the Merrillville show. Come and see us nearer there.
I will, absolutely. I'll be there.
Take care, Sam.
All right, thanks, Peter. Have a good one.
Bye, Sam.
Woke up this morning feeling fine.